So, good evening and welcome to Next Gen Season 12 Ginetta GT5, sponsored by Linscott, here at Snetterton 300. We have just 3 rounds remaining, this one and 2 more, before we crown the champion. Which at the moment is looking very much like this man here, Boyrex at 14. Be looking for another good night. 2 races to follow tonight after a couple of qualifying sessions. I believe track limits are on for this, so no corner cutting. Be an interesting one to look at. So let's have a look then at the championship standings going into tonight. Boyrex at 14. He does still lead this championship with a 361 point tally so far. Can he make this? He can make this into a 400 point season. Let's see if he can do it. Adam Morris is still second with 279 points. He's nearly 100 points behind the leader and he's in second place. RS Jim is there. He's in third with 205. Radovan 80 has 189. Jamie F430 has 177. Fraser on 170. AMH on 110. Limat Thurso 109 along with AFCape, who unfortunately can't be here because he didn't get permission from his television. Shockshaft on 97. Gaza 123 is on 96. Shadowstalker on 92. Yorkshire Stig on 78. Sandwalk 3 on 76. Caesar 82 on 43. Slider Gas on 34. Verzoet is on 30 at the moment, with Cam123 Diz on 26, LB Sergio on 24, and Seeks 44. Rounding out in 20th place on 21 points. Tonight we have racing Gaza 123, Jamie Ethel 30, Slidergas 28, Verzoet, Adam Morris, Shadowstalker DBS, Shockshaft, Caesar 82, Radovan 80, LB Sergio, Boyrex 14, Sandwalk 3, RS Jim, Fraser, and Cop Marco. So at the moment, Gaza has got pole position by 0.1 of a second from Jamie F430. Gaza with a 2 minutes 2.382. Slider Gas has a 2 minutes 2.720. He's having a good week so far, Slider Gas, especially on the Monday with the Monday Night Taurus, hoping to carry that momentum forward into tonight. Radovan first in the 203s. Boyrexa though is way down the order. He hasn't actually set a proper time in my opinion. He's 82. Let's go on board with Caesar 82 for a lap of Snetterton. On board the roof then, we come down the main straight. And cross the line, we reach 100 miles an hour. 110. 115. 120 before he hits the brakes into Riches. So a very fast right-hander. We've caught the grass on the edge. Always going to happen at times. He does reset. So we go down into Montreal. It's out of the way, a very, very tight. Oh, and that is a car. Don't know whose car that is, but we'll find out in a minute. Caesar 82 goes through Montreal, very tight hairpin. Want to get a good exit going down into Palmer, an off-camber left-hander which just tightens on the exit. Then you go down the little straight into Agostini. Get another hairpin of the circuit. Hit the brakes as late as you dare. Now, obviously not the racing line there, as we're just letting someone go through. Out of Agostini. You then go in to Hamilton. Very fast left-hander, easy to catch the grass on the exit. Down towards Oggies. Starts off really tight and then opens out into Williams. And again, it just tightened on the exit. C82 didn't quite get that correct as you go down onto the Bentley straight. Slowing down for someone to let them past. Is that going to be one of the Slick Chuka boys? Into Nelson and Brundle, or Brundle and Nelson even. Very tricky complex. The car will just want to have the back end slide a bit through the bomb hole and into Coram. Really fast, long right-hander which does nip up as you get towards Murray's. Through Murray's and onto the main straight. I believe that's Adam. Oh no, this is Boy Rax who's got ahead of us. He's currently sat on pole position with a 2 minutes dead, 0.806. A fantastic time there from the defending champion and current, you'd have to say, champion-elect. I've got a feeling, the way the point system works, how much can you get? You can get you can get 43 points out of a weekend. So that means there is still 129 on offer. If Boyraxa is 86 or more clear of Adam Morris after this racing tonight, he will be crowned the champion of GT5s for season 12. It will be a very early crowning. However, that's the deal. 86 points. And right now, he's going to have a bonus point right now. You follow our RSGen through the bomb hole up towards Coram. There's the final set of laps before we go racing. RSGen comes up towards the line. What can he do? He's currently third place. Doesn't go any quicker. Find who's next. Shockshaft is next, I think, followed by Cut Marco. Shockshaft comes up towards the line, currently 11th. Stays 11th. Cut Marco abandons that run. Radovan still out there. He comes up towards the line. So, grid order, Boyraxa takes a crucial point in the championship by putting it on pole. Gazel 123 claims second place, with RSGen third, Slider Gas fourth, Adam Morris down in fifth. He's got a bit of work to do. Verzo takes sixth with Jamie seventh. Radovan is 8th, Sandwalk 3 9th, Sergio is in 10th, Shockshaft 11th, Caesar 82 is 12th, Shadowstalker 13th, Scott Marco 14th, Fraser 15th. So we'll await the guys to prepare. So the gap now at 83 points, the difference. So we get ready to go racing then. Here at Snetterton, 5 laps for the sprint. We have the 3 red lights, and we are green here at Snetterton for the first time tonight. Not a brilliant start that from Boyraxa. Gaz is going to get a slightly better one, but can he get a line into riches? No, he can. Boyraxa leads out of riches then. Gaz a second, Slider Gas third, RS Jim fourth, Adam Morris going past him. So Adam Morris now fourth, Jamie fifth, Sandwalk sixth, RS Jim running a bit wide out of riches. That's a bit sideways that from Fraser coming out of Montreal. Now they head all the way through Palmer. Towards Agostini. And it looks like RS Jim on the back of Sandwalk. Verzowitz had an awful start. He's out the back of the pack. Ellie Sergio down. Oh, hang on. Who is... Oh, that's Cotton Marco, I think, running over some boards. Yes, it is. He's in a Machuca livery, which is not helpful for us. But out the front, Boyraxa has his work cut out for him. As they head into Brundle and Nelson. 2 wheels for Sandwalk. Unfortunately, Jamie was there on the outside. So that puts them both down. Jim now into 5th place. Radovan into 6th. Predictions. Well, I think it's going to be Boyraxa regardless. Gaz being overtaken here by Slider Gaz, and Adam R is looking to get in on the action. Good evening, Matthew. Oh, and that is a big roll for Gaz. That is not coming back. Him and Adam Morris has ended up in the trees. A little bit of contact. Sent Gazmer up on his roof, and Adam Morris seems to be lost. He's going to hopefully right Gaz up. There we go. Hopefully. Carnage would have been a good prediction there, but that has completely, utterly ruined Adam Morris's championship hopes, I think, at the moment. Yeah. Anyone's thoughts on that crash? As they head through lap 2, Boyrex is now lead by 2 seconds. There's RSJM now in third, Jamie in fourth, the reliable rooftop guys doing well for team points today so far. There's Radovan and Fraser. Fraser's made an absolute brilliant beeline for the front so far. He's going to go around the outside of Radovan here, coming into Brundle. That's not quite going to work, and I think a bit of a tag. Unfortunately, the standings do away with that, but Radovan's gone spinning. Bit hard to tell whether that was due to contact or whether that was just Radovan losing the back end. But Fraser's also spun. So maybe a combination of both factors. Good teamwork definitely there from Adam Morris and Gaza, even though they're not even on the same team. But this makes it interesting because it means Adam Morris right now will qualify in the next qualifying session. He could pull that point back. But he needs to get up the order a bit. Caesar82 now has a penalty. Let's have a look down through the order. Radovan and Sandwalk having a battle coming up into Richie's now on the third lap. Now, that Machuca car behind, don't worry, that's not one of the two Snetterton guys. That is Cop Marco. As they now head in to Montreal for the third time of 5. This whole train of cars, and Shadowstalker's in it. This is brilliant stuff. There's Verzuet in Afcape's livery, running the 24. Hopefully Afcape is watching this. But they're going to go side by side. That's Cop Marco and Shadowstalker. Cop Marco getting the move done, and Shadowstalker a bit of collision with Verzuet there. Verzuet getting turned around slightly at Agostini. And again, not ideal terms, and here comes LB Sergio around the outside. Maybe no, he thinks better of it out through Hamilton. Into Oggie's Den for the third time for these two. And Verzuet will keep that place. At the front, it's starting to tighten up again. Slider Gas has RS Jim right behind him. But right now, 21 points are on the line for Boyrexa. As they head through Coram into Murray's. Boyrex are running away with this one at the moment. He's now 4 seconds up, and they've completed 3 laps. Jamie F30 there in 4th place at the moment. There's seat 82. There is Radovan. Shockshaft doing very well for the on-the-grass racing team right now. He's up in 7th place. Cop Marco there. Verzuet has got past Shadowstalker. There'll be Shadow Sergio just behind there. Sandwalk 3. Down in 12th. There's Fraser in 14th. We've got some big names down the back end of the grid today. After an impressive roll by Gaza. And there's no other way to describe it really. Adam Morris ended up going absolutely flying into the trees. Just on your left-hand side now. Over there, he ended up over by those trees. It was an impressive off. So we go back to near the front, because Slider Gas does have Jim on his tail as they go through Oggie's for the penultimate time. Down towards Brundle and Nelson. Gaining, still gaining here with Jim. Sergio's taken Cop Marco for 9th place. We head in to Nelson. Better run from Jim, but he's not going to really get any sort of gain here. But behind this Sergio, there's Cop Marco. Esposito, he's made his way back up into 8th, which is good. Sees that the last man currently in that pack of 5 who will not qualify for race number 2. But through Murray's for the penultimate time, sliding as he's now got Jim right up his chuff as we head down towards the final lap here at Snetterton. This the longest version of the circuit. They hear the brakes into riches for the final time. Sliding gas on the inside. Jim trying to go around the outside. They hit the brakes into Montreal. Who's got the better run coming out? Jim's there up the inside for Palmer. This could be done and dusted, this for Jim. And it will be up the inside through Palmer. And he's got him. Second place is Jim's. He's now got to hold on to it for the second half of the lap. Into Agostini. Now Slider Gas to go around the outside of Agostini. It's not quite going to work. As we now head down into Hamilton, this is bringing Jamie into play. Through Hamilton's and up towards Oggies. A bit wide from the pair of them. Into Oggies they go. And now Jamie sniffs a podium. Slider Gas looking around the outside of Williams. That could open the door for Jamie here. Round the bend. Oh, what a move from Slider Gas. Round the outside of Williams. And now Jamie's having a go at his teammate, and he's done him successfully down the Bentley straight. Coming down now into Brundle and Nelson. Slider Gas has done well to get back up into that second place. Through Nelson they go. Jamie right on the back of Slider Gas as they come through the bomb hole and towards Coram for the final time. The leader now going through Murray's. Through Coram for these two. Into Murray's they go. Nothing doing. But it's going to be Boyraxa who takes the win here for the sprint race. Boyraxa wins. Slider Gas has a penalty. Not good news for him. He will not take second place now. He gets bumped down to 4th, so Jamie takes second. Jim takes 3rd. Slider Gas 4th. C82 comes home in 5th. Radovan in 6th place. Shockshaft in 7th. A good thing. Good race that from the on-the-grass racing man. Verzoet will come home 8th. A good recovery. LB Sergio will take 9th place. Shadowstalker will beat Adam Morris to 10th place. Adam Morris outside the top 10 in 11th. Comp Marco finishes 12th. Gazza without a bonnet will come home in 13th place. Fraser into the pits, which gives Sandwalk a place. Don't understand what Fraser's doing there. Very weird time to have a pit stop. He crosses the line. Very weird, that. Very, very weird. But Boyraxa does take the win from Jamie F430. RS Jim 77 comes home in 3rd. Slider Gas 4th. C's82 5th. Radovan is in 6th. Shockshaft 7th, Verso at 8th, LB Sergio 9th, Shadowstalker 10th, Adam Morris is 11th, Scott Marco 12th, Gaza123 is 13th, Sandwalk 3 14th, Fraser ends up in 15th place. So we're going to get a few people in the party in a minute. So we're going to get a couple of people in the party to get interviewed. Party. Yet again, more interviewing time. There he is. See if we get anyone in here. Evening, Jamie.
Hello. Just setting up the next lobby.
Evening, Benji.
Hello.
So let's start with Benji. You're here again. Race win. It's a nice feeling. I mean, I've worked out how many points you need at the end of this night to be champion already.
Alright.
Would you like to know?
Yeah.
One.
Well, if you are 86 ahead of Adam by the end of this evening, you will be the Season 12 champion.
It's double points, isn't it, for Monza?
Well, it is, yeah. But
So,
if you're going into Monza and you still get 86 points, you're still going to win.
yeah.
But, yeah, another race win. It's going well, I mean, especially with Adam finishing 11th.
I'm not sure what happened there. I looked behind me, they were 3 wide, and the next thing, someone was doing a backflip or something through the grass, and I seen Adam off it as well. So, I don't know what happened.
I'll put it this way, I think there's a bit of contact. Gaza ended up rolling the car about 2 times, and Adam ended up by the trees near the outer boundaries of the circuit. It was an impressive thing to watch. The fact that it wasn't Jamie on his roof was quite surprising.
Yeah, I'm not having that.
But it was a good finish by you, Jamie. 3rd place.
I think with sliders, him and Jim went off at Hamilton. Hence how I got past Jim down the straight, Bentley straight, and Slider didn't ease up. Slider got a 2nd penalty, so I think it promoted me to 2nd, Jim to 3rd, and Slider unfortunately down to 4th. So
Yeah, so you actually ended up 2nd, which is a bit harsh, in my opinion, but it's 2nd place for you, isn't it? That's the big thing.
it is. I thought there was a bit of contact, I think either lap 1 or lap 2, at the end of the Bentley straight into the chicane with someone. And I thought, nah, this is going to be a difficult one because I'm trying to claw points. So I just got my head down, trying to nail the lines and watch the tyres and try not to roll it and end up on my roof.
And the nice thing is that your teammate came 3rd, so it's a double podium for the team.
Yeah, for that race only, we're going to call ourselves Rooftop Reliable Racing. But yeah, no, it's a good team result, and I mean, not quite Snake Chuka team result, but I like to say we're definitely one of the dominant teams out there. So yeah, happy with it.
Well, I can confirm that after that race, well, Benji, you are now 98 points clear.
It's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points, yeah. Now, obviously, you're not going to win it outright, but I mean, it's fair to say you're now the champion-elect going into the next round after this, unless you bin it on this one. But it'd be interesting. So, enjoy the next race, lads. Thank you for joining. And,
Big up,
see what
Seeks.
happens.
I'll see you after.
So, obviously, race number 2, the feature race, the top 5 can qualify. So Sergio's out and about. There's Gaza, Fraser, Adam Morris. Obviously he can qualify in this race. But we continue on then for the second qualifying. "98 points of the gap." Now we already know that Boyrex will not take an extra point for pole position in this one. Adam Morris can. Can he get it though? 98 points is a lot, but obviously double points in Monza. So you can get 43 in each normal night, but 86 on offer at Monza. So you still need to be 129 ahead, which is not feasible at the moment. But if Boyrex gets anywhere near, if Boyrex keeps it at 98 right now, it's going to be very hard for Adam Morris to take it into that last, into the last race. Really, you'll have to have mega run to even take it into Monza. But Gaza starts his current flying lap. Let's go on a onboard lap with him. So we go into Riches. Towards Montreal. Through Montreal he goes. Down towards Palmer. And now towards Agostini. Through Agostini they go, then up into Hamilton. Let's see how he takes it. A little lift into Oggies. Down to Williams. Well, very slightly wide there from Gaza, but all in all not bad. And up towards Nelson and, well, Brundle and Nelson. Go into Brundle. Don't clip the curb. Aim it into Nelson. Try and make it as shallow as possible without running wide. Into the bomb hole. And into Coram. Down towards Murray's. What time can he do? Here comes Gaza. Across the line. Puts him on pole position. Adam Morris come out to the line. Can he claim pole position for this race? He is on pole position by 0.4 of a second. He's into the 201s. So 201.4 is the benchmark right now. Here comes Cotton Marco. Running a bit wide out of the... to the right-hander out after Murray's. But that's him done. 211.4. That seemed a bit wide by someone. We got Fraser and Verzewet here. Reed Vans, I think it was Sergio running a bit wide out of Oggies. What's qualifying's on, Seeks and anyone else watching? I mean, your driver of race 1? Be interesting to know. Oh, and Sergio really overcooks Nelson. Comes Fraser and Verzoet. Fraser comes through Coram on his current attempt. He'll have at least 2 more if the tyre wear allows it. Remember, tyre wear is on for this series, and they don't have to make a pit stop. They're going to go straight to the end. I think it's about 22 laps. Fraser pops across the line, can't go any faster. Do not want to be doing that. Verzoet does go quicker though. He puts it into 3rd place now with a 2:02.8. A fantastic effort by him. Comes Radovan into Montreal. He's currently 5th at the moment. Shadow Stalker currently in 9th with another shock shaft. He goes into Montreal on his current attempt. There's Sandwalk 3. He's coming around Coram. Let's see what time he can do on this current attempt. A little bit sideways out of Murray's. And this will not be the best lap he's done. Cross the line, yeah, definitely not. Radovan, let's be the next man to cross the line and be Fraser. Fraser and Verzoet. Actually very inclined to agree with you there, Seeks. Shock shaft, I think, would be my pick for a P7. I mean, that is a cracking effort by him. Couldn't fault him through the race, so a really good effort by him. As we continue to watch Fraser on his current attempt to go through Coram, down towards Murray's. Down to the line. They're going to have one more attempt at this. Fraser takes 3rd and it's immediately stolen again by Verzoet. Verzoet nicking all of the toe he can here. Magaza is also in the 201s. He's at a 201.6. 0.115 away from Adam Morris. If he takes pole, Adam Morris does not get that valuable point. Can't take it on that attempt. Shock shaft across. He's going to get one more attempt. Is that Jamie running around? Jamie's just coming out of the pits. Here comes Adam Morris. He may get one more attempt here, actually. Come across the line. He's got one more attempt at this. So Adam Morris will be the final man to cross the line. There goes Gazza. Fraser is in the pit, so he's finished his qualifying, as has Sandwalk and Shadow Stalker with cut mark out. Verzoet, though, up on his time. Running it as fast as he dares. Into Nelson. Towards the bomb hole. Absolutely pinned. All the way through corner, still pinned all the way, lifting off, ready for Murray's. Slowing the car down, hitting the apex, drilling the throttle on the way out. On the run up now to the finish line. All the way across the line, can't go any quicker. Who's next? It's going to be Gaza next. Adam Morris has gone into the pits. This for pole position then. Can Gaza nick it? No, he can't. Yes, he can even. A 2-minute dead, 0.981. Gaza has stolen that point away from Adam Morris. Shockshaft goes 6th. But no qualifying points for Adam Morris. The gap stays at 98 points. So Gaza takes pole position away from Adam Morris at the very end. Verzuit takes 3rd with Fraser 4th. Sergio 5th, Shockshaft 6th, Radovan 7th, Sandwalk is in 8th, Shadowstalker 9th, Cotton Marco is in 10th. Slidergas, Caesart, Boyrexert, RS Jim and Jamie FL30 weren't allowed to qualify. So we now prep for the next race. Gaza on pole, and Adam really does need to get a shift on. We await the drivers to prep up, get ready. Any predictions whilst we wait? I think Adam Morris could get the win, but Gaza will be there fighting him all the way. My predictions, yeah, I think it's going to be either Adam or Gaza. Just which one, I don't know, because Gaza looks really quick. But Adam needs the points massively here, because he knows Boyrexer will come up through that field. Seeks thinks very much otherwise. He thinks Boyrexer will win, followed by Gaz and Adam to DNF. Again, not out the question. And if that was the scenario, the gap would become 119 points. But we're going to get ready here. Who knows what's going to happen? This is Ginetta racing, and we're about to go green for the second time tonight. 22 laps. We are all 3 red lights, and we are green here at Snetterton for the second time. What a launch from Adam Morris. He's going to get a good run into riches for the first time. He draws alongside Gather, and Slidergas is disconnected, and he's not even reached turn 1. Into riches then for the first time. Adam Morris going to run down the inside of Gather now. Can't make a mistake through there. Adam Morris keeps the inside now from Montreal. Into the hairpin. Fraser looking up the inside of Verzuit. But Gaza keeps the lead coming out of Montreal. He's got a good run. So that's LB Sergio in the background. Having a bit of a spin. But back at the front. Gaza leads from Adam Morris, from Fraser, from Verzuit, from Radovan, Shockshaft, Caesart, Jim. Jamie having a look at the inside of his teammate here, coming in to Agostini. Not quite going to work. Like Caesart, looking at the inside of Shockshaft there. There's Boyrexer in 10th place right now. Sandwalk 3 in 11th. Shadowstalker 12th, Cult Marco 13th, and LB Sergio at the back in 14th place. So we now head through Williams for the first time. Gaza still leads. As they keep going now. Current points difference would be 87. I've got life points on the go for you. Because it's now getting very interesting. It was a very good start from Caesar, actually. Yeah, 12th place, I think. So 12th, or I think it might be 11th on the grid. But a fantastic start nonetheless. Looking in good form. And Boyrax has gone down now into 11th. So that means 86 points of difference. It would have, if it was to stay like this, it would mean Adam Morris can't lose a point. He'd have to gain at least 1 point in the next round to take it to Monza. At the front though. And Gaza getting absolutely hounded now by the championship hopeful. On board with the bonnet of Adam Morris. Are we going to look down the inside of Agostini? No, we're not. Maybe hopeful of a good drive. Down towards Hamilton. Boyrax are back up into 10th now. This is crucial for Adam Morris to get past the car ahead of us. As we head through Williams down the Bentley Straight. A much better run for Adam Morris as we come down the straight now. He is right on the bumper. Can he use the slipstream to get in front of him? We continue to watch as we head down towards Brundle and Nelson. He looks down the inside of Brundle. Interesting manoeuvre, and he's done it. He's made the move. Finished off in Nelson. A fantastic move from Adam Morris. But Boyrax are now up into 9th place. As they head through Coram for just the second time of 22. Adam Morris has already gapped Gaza by just about half a second. Although that has been depleted. Adam Morris very slow out of Murray's. And the gap of the points keeps changing every lap. Adam Morris now behind Gaza. There's Ray Devan. Where's Verzowitz in 3rd still? Oh, and that's an interesting line from Caesar. As now headed to Montreal, is going to be under attack from Fraser into Montreal. The two reliable rooftop racing guys right behind, battling as well. Caesar giving room to Jamie and potentially the place. A fantastic move from Jamie. Very good optimistic overtaking. Optimistic, opportunistic, I think. Probably the correct word for that one. As they head down into Agostini. This is amazing to watch. There's 5 cars battling it out just for that 5th place. Boyrax are looking to go around the outside. It doesn't quite pay off. But Jamie, look around the outside of Hamilton. It's worked a treat as they now go into Oggies. Oh, and a collision between Caesar and Jamie. That's going to give places to Boyrax. A little bit of a dive bomb from Caesar. Not what was needed really from there. But gives this man 6th place at the moment, which is worth 11 points. Current live points gap at 91 points the difference. As they head all the way through. But Adam Morris still trying to catch Gaza back. Verza, a very good 3rd place right now. There's Radovan, there's Fraser. Boyrax are in 6th place. There's Sandwalk. Any close battles? Here comes Jamie, looking to go around the outside of Shockshaft. Up into Palmer. That one's not quite going to work here on lap number 4. He looks again up towards Agostini. As they hit the brakes for Agostini. Beautifully done down the inside. Still not got the jump here on Shockshaft. They go through Hamilton up towards Oggies. And he still can't get past. This is very interesting. Cockmarker down in 13th, the Shadow Stalker in 14th. At the front though, the gap is closed, and it is closing because of the slipstream. Adam Morris looking to retrieve that first position back. He knows Boyraxa is coming up the order, currently in 6th. Adam Morris needs as many points as possible. But Fraser has company. Boyraxa up into 5th now as he overtakes Radovan through Coram. That gives him another point. And he's looking for Fraser on the exit, potentially down into Ritchie's. Fraser covers it off, but it is doable to go around the outside of Ritchie's. Round the outside, Boyraxa tries. Round the outside, Boyraxa's still there. Up towards Montreal, we definitely know round the outside does work if you can get it right. Boyraxa sends it deep, tries to keep it around the outside. He's still there for Palmer. Very well spotted there, Siegs. Verzuet spinning on the exit of the last corner, and that is Fraser round. Fraser down to 6th. Boyraxa into 3rd place now. He's on the podium. And no engine noise. There we go. Fraser will rejoin down in 13th place. But this man now in 3rd place, that gives him 15 points. And it's really looking grim for Adam Morris, who is now right on the tail of Gaza on lap 5. Can't make a move into Brundle though. Maybe on the exit of Nelson. Up towards the bomb hole. Still not quite there as you go through Coram. He's looking to the inside of Murray's. You can see him trying to line it up. It's just not quite working. These two clear the rest of the pack by 6 seconds. Look down the table, and Sandwalk has got Jamie alongside going into Murray's. Oh, and a very unfortunate time there. Sandwalk over the big sausage curb, and a T-bone from Jamie here with nowhere to go. This makes Verzuet back up into 6th place. I mean, this is a fantastic driving from Verzuet. Tell you what, Seeks is like the Ted Kravitz of the stream. This is brilliant, just noticing things I don't. But Jamie will have another go at Sandwalk. Don't know who that was. I think that was Verzuet with a penalty or some description. But Jamie looking on right now. Adam Morris has got past Gaza here. So Adam Morris now has 21 points. The gap off the points now, live points, 92 the gap. It is ridiculous how many points more Boyraxa has got this season. He's been absolutely dominant. But a second between Adam Morris and Gaza is exactly what he needs. He needs Boyraxa to make a mistake somewhere. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Radovan has Jim right behind him. Caesar's now into 6th. Through Rundle into Nelson. You can see Jim trying to line it up. Yeah, it's yeah, that must not be a brilliant feeling, that, for Jamie. Being involved in 2 different incidences that weren't anything to do with him, but he has now got past Caesar. Caesar's actually going down the order. He's had a spin, and that is at the obvious place of Brundle and Nelson. Continue on there. Radovan has Jim still behind him as we come into Riches for the 7th time. Up towards Montreal. Almost a third of the way through this race. That 1 second gap between Adam Morris and Gaza really helping Adam. As I said, he needs to maintain as many points. He basically needs to make sure he is 85 behind Boy Raxa going into the Monza race, and hope that he doesn't actually turn up. It is about the size of things. But Radovan goes through Oggies down towards Williams, and this is a fantastic little battle brewing. We got any more? There's Jamie. He's now past Sandwalk up into 6th. Good little recovery this from Jamie. He's not going to reach anyone else, unfortunately. Just got to solidify that 6th place now. Where else have we got potential? It's got Marco and Shadowstalker at the back. I believe got Marco. Yeah, I think got Marco's had a bit of an incident there. It's allowed Shadowstalker to catch back up to him, but at the front the gap is now closing as we head on to lap number 8. Gaza looking to close in now on Adam. Adam a little bit of a mistake through Riches, running a little bit wide. Now he's having to defend again. Boy Raxa is closing in on these top 2. He's now only 5 seconds behind them. Right now the live points suggest 92 points the difference between Adam Morris and Boy Raxa, the 2 Snetterton drivers who have dominated this season. Into Hamilton, up towards Oggies. That's a very interesting question, actually. How many times has Boy Raxa been off the podium? Not many, I can assure you of that. Let me have a look, because that's a very interesting stat choice. So the way I'd work this out, because obviously the points table is on the NXTGEN Facebook page. So we now look at Radovan. Going into Brundle and Nelson. Right. Not there, not there. Not there. Oh, there's one there, as you. I think it might only be once, surprisingly. Not there. Yeah, not there. Not there. I believe. I believe, Siegs, once. Maybe twice. Otherwise, he's been on the podium pretty much every race. And I think I've interviewed him about 80 to 85% of the time because he's won it. But we continue to watch this battle. Because Jim's still not being able to get past right now. Has anyone drugs tested him? I think we do need to at the end of the race. I mean, it's a fantastic points haul. But then Adam's had a few bad races. He's retired from a few, had some bad results, and it all builds up really. I mean, everyone's been having these bad results apart from Boyraxa. It's an amazingly consistent season. Jamie is someone. Adam Morris. Adam Morris is in a wall. The question is, how has he got there? He's out. He's retired. So right now, live points suggest 116 the gap. That is pretty much game over. Gaza now leads. I don't know how on earth Adam Morris got there. That was like on the inside of Williams. I mean, that's impressive. But Boyraxa now with a 116 point lead because it's going to be a non-score for Adam Morris. And RS Jim has finally got past Radovan. Quite possibly, but Adam was in control of this race, really. All he had to do was keep Gaza behind. I mean, I know it's going to be a tough ask at the final end of the season, but he's pretty much bailed out of it. Very weird from Adam Morris, but that's the way it goes. RS Jim currently completing that podium. Jamie now in the top 5, but he's got Verzo right behind him, and not far behind that is Sandwalk 3 as we enter Agostini for the 10th time of 22. And RS Jim has gone off just before Oggies on the exit of Hamilton, so Radovan now takes up that 3rd place. Now, Sandwalk does have a penalty. He ended up over there on the right-hand side. Let's see if I can get someone else. Here comes LB Sergio. Let's have a look. Because I want to see from this point of view how on earth he's managed to end up over there, other than just driving off and going, I've had enough. It would almost be as if he's somehow, I mean, that's it over there on the right-hand side. Over there. I mean, you can't get into it from this side. Very puzzling, that is. But back up here, Verzuet has passed Jamie. Jamie with a bit of work to do now as you go through Murray's. And up to the line. Into Riches. Up towards Montreal. Verzuet defending now for that top 5 place. As they head into Palmer. On board with the roof cam that we have freshly installed on Jamie F430's car. up to Hamilton's and towards Oggie's for this, the 11th time. A little bit of two-wheel action from Jamie as we enter into Oggie's. Yeah, Versuet's been very quick tonight, I must admit. 203, 202 and a 203 on the last couple of laps. Jamie a 205, 204. But it's all about that slipstream, because Jamie could quite happily now put in a 203 with that slipstream. As we go through Nelson, and that is a brilliant run from Jamie. Enter the bomb hole and up towards Coram. Jamie had a little look to the inside, thinks better of it, probably a better idea. Into Murray, a different line and a better exit from Jamie. Is he going to have a look into Riches? Up towards Riches then for the 12th time. A little look, I think, from Jamie. But decides again better of it. Maybe he'll have a run into Montreal. There you go. Both of them in the 202s that time. Jamie then. Where is he going to overtake? He can't seem to get past Versuet anywhere right now. Behind this lot you have Shockshaft getting caught by Fraser. Hit the brakes for Agostini. But up in front, Jamie still glued to the back. And Boyraxa, we've not seen it, but Boyraxa is now into the lead of this race. He is currently taking maximum points away. This means he would break the 400-point barrier tonight. He'd move on to 404, which is 119 ahead of Adam. Adam's going to leave here with 285 points. But we continue to watch this battle between Versuet and Jamie. Will Jamie have a look into Riches this time? Again, has a little look, doesn't want to go for it. Fraser has now got past Shockshaft. A fun little fact. As we now head down towards Montreal with Fraser, Versuet, as they enter Agostini. Jamie still all over the back of Versuet right now. Oh, and Versuet's off. Spinning to the inside. That will hand Jamie 5th place. Can he get going before Sandwalk gets him? He lets Sandwalk through, and he'll have to go and fight him another day. Not ideal that for Versuet. It's a little mistake coming out of Hamilton, and it's cost him. Jamie now in the top 5. Not many battles ready to report on. Fraser still has Shockshaft right behind him as they come up towards Brundle and Nelson. Fraser with a penalty by the seams of it, trying to wear that one off. And that will allow shock shaft through, and he's gone the grass. That is a very fast spin into the wall. I think he got on the grass and then unfortunately got clipped by Caesar. Now has a modified flat front Ginetta. He'll get going again. From one side to the other. Over the jump at the bomb hole. Can he get back on? Yeah, there we go. In 10th place then for Fraser. That's enabled Caesar to gain time on shock shaft. And it looks like, Seeks, your prediction is coming very much true, good sir. Mr. Boyraxer is currently leading this race by 6/10 to the good of Gaza, who's in second place. With Adam not finishing. This would be yet another maximum points haul for Boyraxer. I think he should get a Ginetta G40 Junior and have to raise that thing, because, I mean, let's be honest, he's absolutely destroying the field in the category at the moment. Really, really quick, always making his way up, and RS Jim with a 201.9, a very quick lap. And now he's only 4 seconds behind Radovan. But we watch Caesar now, right on the back of Shockshaft. We enter the bomb hole for the 14th time. Send him on the Ginetta Junior Scholarship test, I think. But Caesar right on the back of Shockshaft as we come up towards the line for the 14th time of 22. Side by side into Riches then. Up towards Montreal. Caesar can't quite get the move done around the outside of Riches. I'm gonna look. Probably not wrong there, Seeks, I'll give you that one. But Caesar now looks up the inside for Agostini. This should be job done. Hits the brakes. On the inside. Have the apex, and away he goes. 8th place then for Caesar 82. Cracking move. Verzuit, I hopefully will start catching Sandwalk a little bit here. The track fairly dead. I mean, here's a bit of a battle. I know it's for the wooden spoon, but it's a battle. And Shadow Stalker and Cop Marco fighting to not be the wooden spoon, and that is Shadow Stalker very lucky to get away with that one around the outside of Palmer. Now, I've been told we can't use bonnet or bumper cam with Shadow Stalker. That might explain it. But the roof is fine still. On board Shadow Stalker as we enter Oggies for the 15th time. Now these boys just coming through Williams, the leaders coming through Hamilton. And the lead is significantly trimmed. And a bit of a wobble there for Boyraxer. Tiny mistake. Through Williams and tighter line from Gaza. All the way down to Brundle and Nelson. Jim is gradually catching Radovan. Whether he can catch him and have the opportunity to overtake him is another matter right now. Caesar hasn't really dropped shock shaft. About 1.1 the gap. Verzuit not really making an impact on Sandwalk at the moment, which is a bit of a surprise. He was looking very quick earlier. But not a brilliant lap that from Boyrax, 202.1 compared to Gaz's 201.9. 2 tenths taken out. And they will be catching up to lap traffic. So these two, and if they're close together, battling for the position, they will not want to give up track position to let the leaders through. Sees it. Is actually catching up to Verzuit. So maybe a mistake from Verzuit. Could cause a little battle towards the end of this race then. At the front though, and Boyrax still has Gaza behind him, but Gaza really is starting to trim that gap. 0.4 now the gap. And he didn't get the best of exits from Williams either. The gap begins to close. Down now to 3 tenths. Gaza still closing as we enter Brundle. Down to the bomb hole for the 17th time. Into Coram. But Boyrax crosses the line again. On to lap 18. Shock shaft has gone. He's retired. That's a big shame for Shock shaft. I was hoping he'd stay in because I'd have interviewed him. He's gone well tonight. And unfortunately, something has gone horribly wrong. But Boyrax still leads, 8 tenths now the gap. A bit of a mistake from Gaz here, just letting him off the hook. Radovan only has 2.3 to Jim. And Verzuit with Caesar behind him. What does Verzuit do on this time around? He sets 204.2. Back to the wooden spoon race then, because the gap is now only 0.4. That is the gap between them. As they enter Brundle and into Nelson. Oh, and a bit wide, and he's crossed up. That's the leaders right behind him. Luckily got out of the way in time, but that's ruined Shadowstalker's challenge on 11th place. Well, we got some fine recruits here, Seeks, if you want to pick them. Bit of a shame though, because that would have been a very good and interesting race if Shadowstalker had kept that on the tarmac. Tell you what, Seeks, if you want to see some wooden spoon racing, you should watch the Monday Night Tourer stuff. It's brilliant. Shadow Stalker again, but with Tim. Always have a good battle at the back. Some good recruits for your team. We're gonna look down. Oh, and that's wide. Boy Rack. Oh no, that's not. That's got Marco. Got Marco's gone wide. Don't worry. It's just like he's got the same livery as Boy Rexa. I think Boy Rexa's number 20 though, is he? Yes. What does it do for the gap though between, 1.8 now, the gap between Got Marco and Shadow Stalker. And apparently Shockshaft not happy with the penalties being received. Backhanded compliment. Welcome. But we continue on. Gaz is now right behind Boy Rex as we head into Brundle and Nelson into the bomb hole for the 19th time. Gaza 1, 2, 3, looking to get back at him. Siegs reckons Gaz to lunge on the last lap. If that was to happen, it would be a very interesting one. I think they'd probably still get going as well and win the race if they wiped each other out. But only 3 laps, so Gaz does have to do something, and he has to do it quick. Into Palmer. Not doing that. Looking around, Shadow Stalker has actually got past Got Marco. So Got Marco now in the wooden spook seat. This is pretty much the only battle on track right now. As they go through Hamilton up towards Oggies. On board with Gaza. Into Williams. They could end up with more lap traffic in the form of LB Sergio up ahead. Got a ways to him though. But Gaza, does he go left or right? He goes to the right hand side. Hit the brake into Brundle. Into Nelson. He'll look for the exit. Not quite got good enough exit though. Towards Coram and Murray's. Into Murray's they go. Very similar line. So no real time gained. Into Riches for the penultimate time. Gaz still right there. As we enter Montreal, down towards Palmer's for the penultimate time. Gaza is like pretty much glued to the back of that Machuca ran Snetterton car. And he's going to have a good run up towards Agostini. Doesn't bother. Or does he? He goes down the inside maybe? No. Has lost him a bit of time though. Not ideal. As we go through Hamilton's, LB Sergio up ahead. Into Williams. down the Bentley straight towards Brundle and Nelson. Can Gazza do anything? He is gaining. I think this is going to be a last lap attempt by Gaz here, because he just can't figure a way past the champion-elect right now. Into Coram and towards Murray's. Gaz has to do something. Final lap. Sergio gets out of the way. Very well done for him. But the focus is definitely on this battle. Half a second. Can Gaz overturn that deficit? Three Riches and up towards Montreal. No time gained at all there. Oh, but very late on the brakes from Gaz. He closes up. And he does gain about a tenth of a second there through Montreal. He's pushing that Ginetta to his limits. Now, Six's prophecy is currently turning true. Does this one turn true? Will Gaz have a late lunge, potentially at Murray's, through Agostini? Up towards Hamilton and towards Oggies. He had a look into Oggies, it just wasn't on. Down to Williams. This is probably his best bet into Brundle and Nelson. They enter Brundle and Nelson for the final time. It's going to have to be Murray's then, if Gaz is to do anything. And Radovan's lost a load of time to Jim. We'll get to that battle in a minute. Gaz maybe looking for the drag race. He's on the power early. He's got a good run. The gap closing. Less than a 10. It's not quite going to work. And Boyraxa will take the second win in a row. Gaz will come home in second. Here comes Radovan. He has got Jim right behind him, but it should be the Czech driver. Radovan comes home in third place. RS Jim in fourth. Jamie, a quiet and lonely fifth in the end, but it's another top five. And he's happy with that comeback. And look at that for a roll. There goes another 3 of our cameras. Sandwalk 3 comes home in 6th place. Here comes Caesar, home in 7th. A good result by him. Verzuit comes through Murray's. Now, LB Sergio, Shadowstalker and Cop Marco all have already finished in their 10th, 11th and 12th respectively. Verzuit will come home in 8th place. And last but not least, across the line in 9th place will be Fraser. Seeks and anyone else watching, who do you think is who is your driver of that race? It'll be interesting to know as Fraser comes across the line for 9th. So the provisional race results. Boyraxa takes the win from Gaza. Radovan 83rd. RS Jim is in 4th. Jamie 5th. Sandwalk is in 6th. Caesar 82 in 7th. Verzuit 8th. Fraser 9th. Sergio 10th. Shadowstalker is 11th. Commark 12th. 2 roundouts, Adamars and Shockshaft. both retired. So we're going to get a few drivers. We're going to get Boy Rex, Jamie for 30 in here again. Just a good couple of results. And also together. Hopefully. That's the plan. Yeah, it's an interesting one to call actually, isn't it, Zeke? Saying hard to say, probably Benji, but obviously Sandwalk done very well as well. So, Jamie again.
Hello.
Wait for Benji and hopefully Gaz.
He is coming.
Here comes Benji. Again.
Hello.
And Gaz.
Again.
So, well, no, Gaz not again. It's been a while since we've spoken to Gaz, to be fair. So, Benji, another win, and fair to say pressure's becoming lighter and lighter.
Yeah, wasn't expecting to win that one. I was on the grass quite a few times in the first couple of laps, so that was interesting. And then made a couple of places since I've got in the third, and then didn't think I would catch up, but I had made a mistake and Gas got a slow down which he shouldn't have, and that let me get the lead. And then after that, it was me and Gas were so even that it was hard to even make any moves. But at home just.
Definitely, I mean, on to Gaz. I mean, a good second race in the end. Good start, especially after your first race roll.
Yeah, that wasn't. Trying to take over Jamie's role, but I don't think I'll make a habit of that one. Yeah, it was a shame that the slowdown, because I wanted to see if we could. Benji would actually close in on, just the pace, but I actually enjoyed it, even though you guys got the slowdown. I actually enjoyed keeping the pressure on right to the end.
Yeah, it looked like a very. I mean, it was the only battle till the end, to be fair. It was good to watch, and Seeks does say that you done it for his number 32 livery as well. So I think he enjoyed that one. Jamie, another top 5. Good points from tonight.
Yeah, not too bad. A few incidents during that race, just close racing, and just got very spaced out that it was just a case of eating my dinner whilst racing.
Fair enough. Obviously, you say a couple of instances. One, I think, with Caesar, he just, I think, either outbraked himself or whatever into Oggies, and the other one, you T-boning someone because they've come off the sausage curb at a bit of a weird angle.
Yeah, I went down the inside of, I can't remember, I think it was Cop Marker, maybe? I'm not sure, no it wasn't. I went down the inside of whoever it was anyway, to get the cut back down the straight, and I think whoever was on the outside just went a little bit too deep and ran out of road and mounted the sausage, and I rammed him. So,
going back to Benji, I mean, I don't know if any of you had the stream on in the background, but if you haven't, do any of you want to hazard a guess at the points gap going into the next round?
Too much.
107.
Close. Any other guesses? Any advances on 107 or
110?
110?
123.
123. Well, I can tell you, Gaz is the closest.
So I got to win.
119. I make it 119 points, the difference, which was 10 shy of pretty much being guaranteed champion.
Wow.
Because Adam Morris didn't actually make the finish of the race. Which I will say, Seeks... Oh, I know, someone's popular.
Sorry.
Seeks, I mean, amazingly, predicted the result absolutely bang on. That's before any of you set off on that one. He said Benji would win, Gaz second, Adam Morris to DNF, and that's exactly what happened. It was
Hit the lottery. The lottery for me.
yeah, I mean, it's fantastic, isn't it? But 119 points is a lot to overcome now. It's nigh on impossible unless you don't turn up. Benji is about the size of
Benji's
it.
banned from the last 2 races. Just
Oh.
you will.
Moving on next week, Watkins Glen. I believe is it the 4-1 or the little one? I believe it's the 4-1.
It's the little. It's the little.
Okay. So Watkins Glen, the little version. What are all of your thoughts? Start with Benji, go then Gaz and Jamie. What are your thoughts on the circuit?
It should be a very close race. You got an interesting turn 1, but then after that it's basically flat out until the chicane, so a lot of slipstreaming, maybe a couple of moves through the chicane would be fun to watch, and then you go around the long right, a left and a right, and that's basically it. So who will win will be an unknown mystery.
Gaz, your thoughts?
Seats.
Gaz, your thoughts on Watkins Glen?
Yeah, I do like the track. Much prefer it on this BCars2 than the first one.
Yeah.
Trying to think where I've done the short version before. I can't remember if I ever haven't. I think I may have done it once. It's a long time ago, but how come we're not doing the full version?
Well, that's something for Jamie to answer. Obviously, Jamie, you picked it. Reasons for picking it and reasons for not doing the longer version.
Reason I picked the shorter version is there is 1, 2, 3. There are 4 braking zones on it. So, I mean, it's just I've done it. The last 2 is pretty much slipstream races, and it's going to provide good close racing that people are going to want to return next year and, you know, want to race them again, which is what you've got to make the last ones memorable. So I think the shorter version will be better than the longer version, just purely because we're all going to be on the same boat, and it's, you know, whoever's leading shouldn't have much of a gap.
So having a look at the point standings then before we go off. Hopefully they load in. Come on, there we go. So Jamie, you've got you're a few points behind Radovan and Jim. I mean, is this now your aim for the end of the season to try and maybe get 3rd in the championship?
Yeah, it is, but I'm not sure. I need to ask the group. I might not make the last race because I might be away. So I'm going to see whether we hold it a week or what. It's up to everyone else as well. It's not just up to me. So potentially, no. It's just to score as many points in the next race and just see how it goes. I mean, I've had a crap season this season, and
Well, it's fair to say it's been quite upside down for you, hasn't it?
yeah, it's kind of ended up on its roof in certain aspects. So yeah, it's not been the best season. To be in the top 10, I'm happy with that, but it is what it is, and that's racing. I mean, you get some you do rubbish, some you do good, so it is what it is.
And I'm assuming, Gaz, yours is just mess around with the championship picture as much as possible. Maybe put Boy Raxer off, put Benji off, and let Adam win. Or
Yeah, I kind of just do it for a bit of fun on a Friday evening.
no, definitely.
Maybe next season, take a bit more seriously. Do all the races. I do like it. It's just small things that annoy me. That when it's close, it is great racing.
Yeah. I guess it's just the case of if you make a slight mistake and you're at the back. And with these things, the slipstream is so important. If you've got a group ahead of you with the slipstream and you haven't got it, I mean, it's almost like hell trying to catch back up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I went off in that first race, it was
Yeah, when you're by yourself, the front end's very understeery. But for some reason, when you're behind someone, you've got amazing turning.
Anyway, next week obviously Watkins Glen, so it'll be good to watch that. So thank you, gentlemen, for joining me after the race. It's a pleasure as always. But for everyone else watching, I mean, last 2 rounds to come, and Boyrax is pretty much the champion-elect to this point. Can't really go wrong, we hope. But there's only one way to find out, which is join us next week in America for Watkins Glen. But from us all here, got that one in. But from everyone else here at the Ginetta GT5, thank you all for watching and enjoy the rest of your evening.